Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and during this hour, we will be talking a bit about the recession and how companies are closing down and people's lives are being affected. For those of you who are from countries that are going through a deep recession or a recession of any kind, this might be an interesting topic for you to go over. So we'll start out, we'll look at some vocabulary, we'll talk about this picture, we'll look at this some vocabulary. We will read through a conversation, and then we will ask questions about the conversation. Then we will practice using some of the vocabulary. Then we will see if we remember the conversation, and then we will have a discussion. So we will basically systematically work through this worksheet. Hello, Natasha. How are you? Hello, Natasha. Hello, Natasha, are you there? Apparently can't hear you. So, and then we have Abraham. Hi, Abraham. How are you doing?
I'm fine, teacher. How about you?
Very good. Very, very good. So, where are you from, Abraham?
I'm from Mexico.
Mexico. Awesome. Okay. All right. And hello, Monica. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Excellent. What time is it in Italy right now?
It's 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Okay. And what time, Abraham, what time is it in your part of Mexico?
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Okay. All right. Thank you. And Natasha, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Oh, hi.
Yes, hello.
Nice to see you. So,
Nice
so
to see
what time is it in Belarus right now?
9 p.m. now.
9 p.m. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm in Idaho, as some of you know, and it is noon here. So, noon here in Idaho. And awesome. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get started, and then as other people come in, they can join us. So let's look at this picture right here on the board. Oh, hello, Carlos. How are you? Good morning to you. For everybody else, it's afternoon and evening. So, all right. And Aaron, how are you today? Hello, Carlos. Can you speak? I saw the green thing, Carlos, but I can't hear you. I think you're muted. So.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Okay, and nice to see you, Carlos. Good morning.
Can you hear me,
I think you're the only one still in Yes, I can hear you great. You're the only one that's still in the morning time zone, so you're the only one I can say good morning to. Hello, Greg. Good evening. And Aaron, can you hear?
Yes, I can.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
And hello, good afternoon. And hello, Alexander.
Hi.
Good evening to you.
Thank you.
All right. And Greg, have we heard from you yet? Good evening, Greg. Greg? Okay. Maybe he's working on getting everything worked out. So let's really quick go through and see where everyone is from. We have Aaron, who is from Mexico, and then we have Abraham, who is also from Mexico, and Alexander, who's from Russia, Carlos, who is from Mexico. Hello, Greg.
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you. And Greg
Nice
here.
to see you too.
Greg here, Poland, right? You're from Poland, but
Yes.
he's living in the UK. Are you still in the UK?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay. Okay. And then we have Monica from Italy, and then we have Natasha from Belarus, and hello, Wellington.
Hello, Holly. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you. And we have Wellington here from Brazil, and then we have Paco. Hello, Paco.
Hello, teacher.
Nice to see you. Now you're from Spain, right?
Yes, right. From Spain.
I guessed it, and I was really lucky. So, were you in my class a few weeks ago?
Could be. It could be, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember your face. So awesome. Well, welcome everyone again. So it's nice to see you all. What we're going to do basically is we'll be talking a bit about the economy and the recession and how basically the recession, how an economy can affect our lives. So let's first of all look at this picture. What is happening in this picture? Wellington, what is going on in this picture right here?
Going out of business. For me, I think it's some way of clearance, a kind of clearance with discount. Yes, they are selling the things with discount.
Okay, a clearance sale.
Yes, clearance sale.
Okay, yeah, that is definitely one thing. Yeah, because it is one of the things that what might be happening. Excellent, thank you, Aaron. What would you say is happening in this picture?
Well, I see that one is flower store is closing because there are a lot of crises, and maybe they need to sell out the inventory.
Yeah, so they need to sell out the inventory. Good. Okay. All right. Excellent. All right. And what could be happening? What could be to the flower store's employees? Any idea? Or anyone who wants to know? Abraham is who I asked, but yeah, Abraham.
Yes.
What could be happening to the flower store's employees?
It's losing.
Any idea?
Losing client.
Okay, losing clients. Okay, they're losing clients. Okay. Okay. And Paco, what do you think could be happening to the flower store's employees?
I think they will lose their jobs.
Yeah, yes. Lose their jobs. Yeah. Okay. And Alexander, what do you think could be happening to the owners of the flower store?
They're all losing their money.
Okay, yeah, they're losing money. Okay. And Natasha, can you think of another thing that could be happening to the owners of the flower store?
Really, I cannot say something new ideas only if we speak about local reasons. It's maybe lose clients or lose their flowers, so they cannot get money. But if we can say about country at all, maybe they have economic crisis in country, so such kind of stories cannot be working or can a lot of money.
Okay. Yeah. So there's possibly an economic crisis in the country, so that is why the store is losing business. Okay, and losing business. Okay. And Carlos, what is your idea? What do you think could be happening to the owners of the store?
I think they are closing the business door because the business is no longer profitable.
Okay, it's no, they're not getting a profit, so no profit. Okay, excellent, thank you. All right, and Greg, what do you think? What could be happening with the owners of the store? Why they are closing?
Maybe they didn't sell enough. I don't know, because we're thinking about flowers. Maybe he didn't sell. He has a problem to sell them, and now he has debts, and he tried to, pay for own debts because maybe he has some kind of credits.
Yeah, so he is not able to sell enough and too many debts.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Monica, what do you think? What could be happening with the owner of this flower store?
Yeah, I agree with all of you that probably because of the economic crisis, he's not able to make any profit or enough profit to keep running the store.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah. All right. And I think possibly he has possibly gone bankrupt, where he is, where he has no money at all, and he knows maybe he or she has lost their home. We usually, a lot of times when they lose their business, they lose their homes. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some vocabulary related to this issue, and then we're going to read through a conversation. So we have some vocabulary here. We have be laid off, apparently a recession, to compete, neighborhood, and to go bankrupt. Okay, so Wellington, can you read the first? Could you match one of these actually? What do you think?
So the first, be laid off. I don't know, be laid off, but apparently recession, compete, neighbor.
Hello, are you there? Okay, you're there.
Yes, yeah, but be laid off, I don't know, Holly.
Okay, that one. Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, this is actually a word, to be laid off. We have we're going to do it this way: to lay off, and then we have to make redundant.
Make redundant.
And this, to make redundant, is British English. That's why I want to teach it at the same time. We have British English, and then we have to lay off, which is American English, although the British actually use it as well. Okay, and both of those mean you lose your job for economic reasons. So the company is closing down. The company has no work, and those types of things. Very different than these other words. If everybody knows these words, I think you probably do. What is the difference between that and to fire, or to be fired, or to fire, and then to get the sack? Does anybody know?
I think that to be fired means when you make a mistake and then you'll be fired because it's your fault. And another meaning is because you're not your shame, your mistake is another reason to
be laid off and lose your job.
Yes,
yeah.
Sorry.
lay off.
So to be fired and to get the sack is to lose your job because you made the mistake.
Okay.
So made the mistake. Now, with to lay off, you also lose your job, but the difference is you lose your job because the company made the mistake. They made a financial mistake or something like that. So yeah, to be laid off and lose your job is the correct one. But these are really important words for people. It's even even native speakers of English. Sometimes when they say they were laid off, they say they got fired, which is not actually true. You get fired if you do it, and if you are laid off or made redundant, then it's because of economic reasons with the company. Okay, awesome. Paco, can you choose a word?
Apparently, is match with something you heard, read.
Yes, something you heard or read. So apparently, yeah, exactly. All right, thank you. And Natasha.
A recession. A recession. It's maybe when the economy is getting smaller.
Okay, now let's talk about the pronunciation of this word. We have two words that are actually very close. We have economy, which is actually the pronunciation is economy. Okay, and then we have economics. Okay, and the pronunciation of that is economics. So the stress on this one is here, economics. But with this one, the stress is here, economy. Economy. And this is more of an economy. So that's one thing. What is the difference between these words? This is the study. Economics is the study of the economy. The economy is the financial situation of a nation, but the economics is what you study. So it's a subject. All right. Thank you, Natasha.
Thank you.
Monica.
Compete. Try to be more successful than another company.
Yes. To compete is to try to be more successful. And or a person, we all compete with each other, for example. Greg, can you do one?
Yes. So we have number 1, 4, 3, 2. Okay, number 5. Neighborhood, local.
Yeah, so the neighborhood is a local area. So it's in bigger cities, you might have neighborhoods, or in British English they call them suburbs. In American English we call them neighborhoods. And in small towns, you might still have little neighborhoods, okay? All right, the last one, to go get bankrupt. Alexander, could you read that one?
Go bankrupt. This is when a company has no more money and closes.
Okay, excellent. So when a company, or in my country, individual people can go bankrupt. Aaron, in Mexico, can individuals go bankrupt, or is it only companies?
I don't know. Let me ask to my lawyer, my personal lawyer. Maybe
is he here?
No, not by
okay,
WhatsApp.
You don't know.
Here I have with communication here with in my WhatsApp.
Oh, okay. You can ask him. My English teacher wants to know. Oh, cool. I'll come back to you. Okay. Alexander, do you know in Russia? In Russia, does can individuals go bankrupt, or is it only companies?
I would say that in the most cases, the companies are going bankrupt, not the individuals. And because our individuals can always find any other jobs.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, in the States, it's possible. I know in Finland it is not possible. An individual cannot go bankrupt, but companies can. Greg, how about in Poland? Is it possible for individuals to go bankrupt, or is it only companies?
Hard to say. I didn't think about this. So I don't have a question.
No answer. No idea.
No.
Okay. All right. Monica, do you know? Yes. Go on.
There's some kind of options, but I don't know because I was checking one of the websites, but I cannot really say too much details. I just don't know. Maybe in the future.
Okay. All right. Monica, how about in Italy? Do you know?
Yes, an individual cannot get bankrupt in Italy. And
it's not
even a very small company, we have a lot of teeny company, let's say, and they can't even go bankrupt.
Okay, so it's in Italy, it's only for the larger corporations.
Larger, yes.
And the larger companies. Is there like a dollar amount that they have to be making in the past per year, or?
Yes, it depends on their revenues and how much employee they have. There are some of this stuff defined to get bankrupt.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You would know because I just remembered you're an accountant, so yeah, I would need to keep that in mind. So, Natasha, how about in Belarus?
I might be wrong, but I suppose that in my country only company can be bankrupt. If we speak about entrepreneurs, they maybe can close the deal and found another fields of for their deals.
So they can close instead of their deal, they can close their enterprise and then maybe open something else, but they can't go bankrupt, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and I think the U.S. must be the only one. I have not found another country that allows it. So, Paco, how about in Spain?
I'm not sure enough, but I've never heard of a person or an individual who goes bankrupt. Only companies.
Yeah, it's very common in the States. So, but at Wellington, how about in Brazil?
In Brazil, this word is used only for companies.
Only for
companies. For a person, there are other words, but bankrupt is only for companies or institutions. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah. In the States, back 20, 30 years ago, there would be people who go and they, like, for example, doctors and lawyers, people who need a lot of education, they would go and get their education and they would take student loans out and from the federal student loans. And then after a few years, they would go bankrupt, so they would not have to pay the student loans. And so sometime I think it was in the 90s, if an individual were to go bankrupt, they still have to pay their student loans. They don't have to pay anything else, but they would have to still pay their student loans. So in English, we would say they cannot bankrupt their student loans. So that is something that it is different in the U.S. versus the rest of the world, I think. So, all right. Let's go on. What we're going to do, we have this conversation, and I'd like you guys, anybody who would like to read and practice this dialogue, everybody would have the opportunity if you'd like. So let's go ahead. We are going to put in 4 words. We've got shame, or 5 words, I'm sorry. Shame, surprised, stores, careful, and closed. Who would like to read the first dialogue? Any volunteers?
I can.
Okay.
Okay. Did you see that AB Sports has closed?
Okay. And who is it? Natasha, are you doing the Andy?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Maybe surprised. I heard that other 100 people have been laid off.
Okay. Surprise would work. I'm thinking that shame would be better.
Oh, shame. Yes, shame.
Yeah. But surprise actually does work for that one. So.
Okay. Apparently, the company had been making a loss for the last 3 years.
Well, we are in a recession. People are more stories. Are more. Maybe surprised with their money.
Careful.
Careful. I'm sorry.
Sure, but people also buy more goods online these days.
Yeah, neighborhood. Neighborhood closed. Just can't closed. We have. So stores that can compete with online companies. I'm not surprised.
Finally.
Yes, going bankrupt.
I wonder which company you'll be the next.
Will be next. Excellent. Thank you, Wellington and Natasha, and that was very good. It's even though you kept wanting to use surprised for all of them, you did finally get to use it, so that's great. All right. So, does anybody else want to read through this dialogue to practice pronunciation? Any other volunteers?
May I try?
Okay. And anybody else? We have Alexander and Monica. Okay, Monica, you be Sarah, and Alexander, you be Andy.
Okay. Did you see that AB Sports has closed?
Yeah, it's such a shame. I heard that over 100 people have been laid off.
Apparently, the company had been making a loss for the last 3 years.
Well, we're in a recession and people are more careful with their money.
Sure, but people also buy more goods online these days.
Yeah, neighborhood stores just cannot compete with online companies. I'm not surprised they're going bankrupt.
I wonder which company will be next.
Okay, yeah. I wonder which company will be next. Yeah, excellent, very good. Anyone else want to practice reading?
Me, myself.
Me, myself. Okay, who said that? Was that Paco? Okay, Paco, do you have another volunteer?
I can.
Okay, awesome. Okay, Paco, why don't you do Sarah, and Greg, you do Andy.
Did you see that AB Sports has closed?
Yeah, it's such a shame. I heard that over 100 people have been laid off.
Apparently, the company has been making a loss for the last 3 years.
We are in recession. People are more careful with their money.
Sure, but people also buy more goods online these days.
Yeah, neighborhood stores just can't compete with online companies. I'm not surprised they are going bankrupt.
I wonder which company will be next.
Yeah, okay. So one thing I don't know, possibly other people pronounce it this way, but I only heard it this last time. Instead of laid off, it's a laid.
Laid off.
Laid off, yeah. Possibly other people did. All right. Aaron, do you want to also practice this dialogue?
Yes, of course.
Okay. I will read Sarah and you read Andy, okay? Did you see that ABC Sports has closed?
Yeah, it's such a shame. I heard that over 100 people have been laid off.
Apparently, the company has been making a loss for the last 3 years.
Well, we are in a recession. People are more careful with their money.
Sure, but people also buy more goods online these days.
Yeah, neighborhood stores just can't compete with online companies. I'm not surprised that they are going to bankrupt.
I wonder which company will be next. So I think this is a real common conversation in the world these days. I think some economies are doing worse. Paco, how is the economy in Spain?
Well, they say the government says that we're going out of the crisis, but nobody believes them.
Nobody believes them.
Yeah,
Really?
the macro economy is going well according to the figures, but this release or
this recent press release, maybe this
is not reaching the families.
Okay, so it's
only the macroeconomy, the figures of the macroeconomy are going better, but the normal people can't notice that so far.
So the regular citizens are still being affected, but the government is saying that there has been improvement and to expect improvement soon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that's the case.
It's very, very, very difficult to find a job. People don't have enough money to buy the goods they need. The situation, I think, is really hard in Spain. But they said that we are going out of this situation. We hope.
Okay. Yeah. I hope it's true as well. All right. And Monica, how about in Italy? Because I know Italy's been having problems as well.
Yes, despite the government say that the economy is going better, in the reality it is not the case. Still, many people has lost their job, and are struggling to find a new one. There are a lot of companies that has closed down, and the situation is not. It is going very little better, but it's very slowly.
Yeah. So Spain is at 23.7. Italy is at 12 according to this, we don't know how accurate it is, 12.7. So people are still, it's still not a very good rate at all.
No,
not at all. And and then Russia, Alexander, how are things in Russia going?
About what? I'm sorry.
About the economy. Are you guys doing well? Unemployment rate is good. That's
I'm not sure because I'm not interested in economy.
Oh, okay. You don't know much. Okay.
Yes, and I know a lot about technology, but not about economy.
Got it. Okay. Well, according to if you compare this with your Russia's doing very, very well. If we look only at the unemployment rate. So, all right. So, Wellington, how about Brazil? How's Brazil's economy doing? Do you know?
Brazil is with a lot of problems because in the last years the government spent a lot of money in improving the consumption of the people, and they give to the companies, for example, the car companies, they give a kind of money. I don't know the benefits to these companies, and the people bought a lot of cars and other things, and the government built stadiums for the for the Copa and other things. So now we must pay this debt, and I believe that some people, powerful people, bought a lot of dollars, a lot of euros, and after the election, they spread bad. I don't. They are inducing. They are inducing bad news in the market. So the things are bad, but I think in the future, maybe 1-2 years, I think the economy can improve.
The economy the economy will improve. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, according to this, of course, this is September. The unemployment rate was actually quite good, but of course the unemployment is only one indicator, right? So what you just said about them spending all this money on the Olympics and the World Cup, it has to come from somewhere, right? So yeah,
somebody must pay this bill.
Exactly. All right. And
in this case, the people. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, and Natasha, how about Belarus? How is the economy in Belarus?
Okay.
Looks like you have a very low.
I am not expert in economic situation, but I think that nowadays we have had a lot of economic problems, like the economic crisis. Almost 15 years ago, people said about Belarus an economic miracle, but nowadays a lot of people are laid off, and a company went bankrupt. So people cannot find a new job, and it's really big problem, big challenges for our country, for our people. And this bad situation worse every year.
And this rate, which was of course in 2013, do you think that is like very, very wrong? Unemployment of 0.5%.
Yes,
what do you think?
Unreal
it has to be very.
Normal economics, the various economics has a 3 or 2% in very good economics.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
It's not true that.
This has to be wrong right here. Yeah. And then what she has just described of people losing their jobs and companies going bankrupt, well, the unemployment rate would not be at 2-3% if that were the case. So I wonder if this is supposed to be like 5%. So.
Embargo.
Embargo? Is there an embargo as well?
Sorry, I just think about loudly and I just pressed the button.
Oh. you were thinking out loud. Okay. So, Aaron, an embargo is when other countries do not, and basically it's when they stop sending products to the country. So they, for example, Cuba, the United States and Cuba, they do not trade against each other, and so there's an embargo against Cuba. So with the United States, the rest of the world, there's not a problem. All right. So Greg, what about either Poland or the UK? Talk to us. Whatever country you want to tell us about. What's going on with the economy?
The one connection between Poland and the UK for me is one of the most interesting right now, that we can still observe that many people decided to leave Poland to live in the UK, and that is not a good prognosis, and I don't believe in the numbers, because our Prime Minister, when one of the experts showed him and the numbers about our economy, he went pale, or sorry, turned pale, and he started to find another job in European Union. So it is not a good sign for our country, because we avoid the crisis because we have own currency. But right now, these people try to think that we need euro in our country, and there are many complicated issues, like too many educated people and not too many experts in more specific fields. So yeah, so I don't know. We will see, because I don't believe in the numbers, because right now we have the elections, so everyone try to say that is one of the best countries in the world, which is not exactly true.
Oh, and that's for the Poland.
Yeah, because elections are coming for the president, for the government, and I think the government is more busy to advertise himself than thinking about showing real data.
Now, are you going to be able to vote in this election in Poland?
I sent the documents. I applied for this, and I am waiting for the documents, because there's an option to. It's like correspondence vote, and I still didn't get one of those. I'm still waiting, and it's like a list of people who want to vote abroad. And in this case, I don't know what will happen, because it is 7th of April when will be over, and I still didn't get those documents, and the election are 10th May, because one of the options is to just send the letter with the vote.
Okay. In English, we actually call that an absentee ballot.
Absentee ballot, okay.
Yeah, is what it's called. So you've applied for an absentee ballot. I was abroad for, as you know, I was abroad for 11 years, and I only voted in one election because I didn't get my absentee ballot for the second one.
Yeah, I hope that to 10th May I would just go to one, because they are planning to create the place where people can vote. So I hope if I will be on the list of voters, I can just be the personally and just vote, because I'm on the list. I hope so.
Okay.
But the last thing is that the government doesn't have too much, is not popular in other countries, because people just left because the government didn't make a good job.
Okay. No. All right. Okay, thank you. And I was going to ask about Mexico, and Aaron left. So Mexico is at 4.9% unemployment, so that's pretty good. The United States' economy is going very, very well. So if it's true that the U.S., when the U.S. gets a cold, the rest of the world gets a flu, you guys will start doing very well again. So our unemployment's at 5.5% as of February. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Let's go on. So let's look at these words we've got: to be laid off, apparently, a recession, to compete, neighborhood, and to go bankrupt. Let's go ahead and rewrite or say these sentences using vocabulary from these. It says from exercise 2. I went ahead and wrote them up. So number 1, Wellington, can you read move number 1? Can you choose one of these vocabulary words and rewrite the sentence using that vocabulary word?
400 people lost their jobs last week. To rewrite, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll go
Okay,
ahead and
okay.
write it. You can say it.
Yeah. You'll be 400 people lost their jobs and 400 people were laid off last week and last week. Yeah.
Perfect. So 400 people lost their job or were laid off last week. Excellent. Okay, Alexander, could you do number 2?
The economy is getting worse. The economy is going to a recession.
Okay, very close. You can say is going to recession, or you can say the economy is in recession. Okay?
The economy is in recession.
All right, Paco, can you do number 3?
Stores in the street are finding it difficult to make a profit. Could be neighborhood.
Yeah, this one is kind of weird because you're not replacing anything, what you're just adding. So neighborhood stores are finding it difficult to make a profit. Okay, excellent. All right, and next person, Greg, could you do number 4?
Number 4. Not yet another. I don't know which word I should use.
Okay. Let's see. See if you can try apparently and see if that'll work.
Okay. Apparently, we can expect that the new coffee shop will be open in our town soon.
Okay. Yeah. What you said was very good. Apparently, we can expect that a new coffee shop will be open in our town soon, or you can make it even simpler. So apparently, another coffee shop is going to open soon. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. And Natasha, can you read the next one?
Okay, it's not easy to be more successful than multinational companies. It's not easy to compete with multinational companies.
Okay, and very good. So it's not easy competing with national companies. It's not easy to compete. What you did was correct as well. To compete with is fine. It's not easy to compete with. Yes.
Can I ask a question? Is apparently another coffee shop is going to open or is going to be open in town? So
you can say is going to be open in town soon. Yeah. Okay. And you also don't actually need the town. You can say in town soon as well.
Okay, thank you.
So there's a lot of different ways you can say it. Like she said, it's not easy to compete with multinational companies, which is actually probably what I would have chosen as well. So, all right, and so the last one, Monica, can you do that one?
Lots of companies have closed down recently. Lots of companies have gone bankrupt recently.
Okay, and this last word, Monica, instead of recently, we would say recently. So the first syllable is stressed, and the last syllable is stressed. Recently.
Recently.
Perfect. All right. So let us go on. We're going to skip that part. We're going to go to the discussion. Let's ask and answer these questions. So we're going to start out with Natasha. Which famous companies have gone bankrupt in the last few years? What were the reasons? Can you think of
Okay,
one?
I cannot said about names of these companies, but I know that it's a lot of companies from building industry, and especially last 1-2 years, many companies was closed. What
Mm.
were the reasons? I suppose that it is. Only recession. It is economic problems in our
Mhm.
country because people cannot give a lot of money for building their houses and flats. So companies with doing building by credit cannot pay their credit, and they, as a rule, uh, go into bankrupt.
Okay, all right. Okay, so thank you very much. And instead of building companies, you can say that. Another way you can say that, though, is construction companies.
Oh,
So,
construction. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
all
thank
right.
you.
And Monica, do companies often lay off workers? Do most people have a job for life?
Oh, yes, in the last few years, more companies are laying off.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say that?
So you would say laying. So
Laying
maybe
off,
laying off. Mm-hmm.
laying off workers.
Mm-hmm.
And it is kind of strange for us here in Italy because we are used to have a job for life.
Mm-hmm.
We tend to keep our job for the entire life, not to switch to another job very often.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the economic crisis, many people had been laid off and are still struggling to find a new job.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so because of the economic crisis. So crisis.
Crisis.
Okay, number 3, I've already actually asked you guys all that question, so we're going to go to number 4. Paco, is your employer making a profit or making a loss? Are you optimistic about the future?
Well, I'm not employee at the moment,
Uh-huh.
but
Okay.
in any case, some example, I think the employer, some employers are making profit, and some others are going are closing their business. So,
Okay.
optimistic about the future. Yes, I think the economy is always in a cycle, and sometimes going down, sometimes going up, because the people who makes profit with this up and down economy is they are who rules the economy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
absolutely they have to make the economy going down and going up to make profit.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure. I don't think this is the spelling. No, in see I don't even know. Cyclical is the word. I don't know how to spell it, but basically the economy is cyclical. It goes. There's a cycle. It goes up and down, and they call it cyclical. But I don't know how to spell it, so it must be that one. Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Wellington, are you more careful with money than before? Can you give any examples?
Not too much.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much. I already was more careful with money,
This year, for example, I will go to United States next month, so
Oh,
I will spend a lot of money there
are you going
to
to
improve
Florida?
your economy. To improve your economy.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Would you come to Idaho, please? We need more help. So, so are you going to Florida or New York or California?
New York and Washington D.C.
Okay. Those are the
But,
three places.
Yeah, but in the last years, I always was careful with my money, always. But this year, I am a little open-handed. Is correct? With,
Okay, so
with the hand open.
okay, so you're not careless, but you're kind of more generous with your money. So,
Yes, but with things that are important for me.
Exactly. Okay.
We need to live
Yeah.
sometimes.
Cool. All right. And Alexander, do you buy things online? Which things do you buy online? Which things do you never buy online? And this is good for techie.
I think I never buy some clothes online because you never guess what the size will come to you, and it's really difficult to choose the right size for you online. I mean, but some electronics and some supplements for home I buy without doubt. And what else? I think maybe some electronic equipment like computers, cell phones, because buying online these things is cheaper than going to some shop and buy specific equipment that you need.
Okay.
It's also more useful.
All right. Thank you. And yeah, and I buy clothes online too, but I'm a geek, so I buy everything online. So, Greg, how about you? Do you buy things online? Which things do you buy online? What things do you never buy online?
I bought some stuff because right now I found the job, but I didn't have the option to spend it. So in the past, I bought online tickets for the theater, games, applications, operating systems, hardware. It's not very. Yeah, I was worried when I bought a computer from Greece and they sent me to the UK, but it was one of the models that was quite old, but still brand new package. So typical stuff. I don't buy shoes, clothes, or similar things that you cannot check.
Yeah, I am frozen in a really strange place, but I buy clothes online all the time, so it's funny. All right, it looks like it's nice. The class is over. I want to thank you all for your participation. I hope you learned some new words and got a chance to practice talking about a semi-difficult topic. So thank you all very much. And am I frozen on your guys's? Do I look frozen to you guys? No, I'm moving around now. Okay. For a while I was looking at myself looking like this. All right. See you all later. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.